Have you also noticed how the internet feels exhausted now? Like literally every video sounds the same. Buy my course. Here's how to scale. Here are 7 tips for personal branding. Here are hook attentions in 3 seconds. Monetize your audience. Bro, shut up. Shut up. Nobody cares anymore. Stop. You can literally feel the desperation right now. And this is because people are no longer creating. They're extracting. And the audiences feel that immediately. This is why so much content right now feels spiritually empty. It's not because people are stupid. It's not because attention spans are shorter. It's literally because humans feel intention. And most content today has one intention. Please validate me. Please buy from me. Please make me important. Please make me some money. That energy literally leaks through your screen. And I think creators are so confused right now because they think that branding is logos, fonts, aesthetics, colors. No, branding is culture. That is all it ever was. If you look back in history, the strongest creators didn't build audiences, they built culture. Now, religion did this. Music scenes did this. Revolutions did this. Even philosophers did this. And they did this because humans are not moved by just information. We are moved by meaning. And that's the problem with most content advice now. They are teaching people how to manipulate attention without teaching them how to actually contribute to humanity. And if you're not contributing something real, something authentic anymore, your content dies. And this won't happen immediately. It'll happen spiritually first. People can sense when someone is creating from their soul versus creating from algorithm desperation. That's why so many creators are burning out. They're trying like all the things to get views, likes, and it's showing. Because their old content can't hold up anymore. Because psychologically, humans are not designed to constantly perform identity, especially online. There's actually sociology behind this. A lot of modern internet culture is based on what sociologists call performative identity, meaning people stop expressing themselves authentically and they will start expressing what gets rewarded socially. Things like likes, views, status, virality, approval. And what happens is that after a while, they don't even know who they are anymore. They only know what performs well. That's freaking terrifying. Now, psychologically, this creates in your mind something called fragmentation. Because you can't lie to your soul. Your soul knows when you're lying, even when it's subtle. And I think that's why people are craving depth today. You can see it everywhere. People nowadays want long conversations, real perspectives, human imperfections, meaning, storytelling, truth, diversity. Not another fake millionaire yelling at them in a rented Lamborghini. The internet is changing. We are entering an era where authenticity performs better than optimization. Because people are exhausted from being psychologically advertised to 24/7. And history actually explains this too. Every civilization eventually reaches a point where culture becomes overly commercialized. Art becomes product, humanity becomes market, expression becomes branding. And eventually people rebel against it. Always. That's why underground movements happen. That's why counterculture happens. That's why spiritual awakenings happen. Human beings naturally turn to authenticity when systems become artificial. And honestly, I think we're seeing that online right now. The creators growing now are not always the most polished. They're the ones who feel real. Because culture is not aesthetics. Culture is language, beliefs, humor, pain, rituals, shared history, struggle, dreams, class experiences, collective emotions. Culture is soul memory shared between people. That's why certain content creators feel magnetic. They're not making content. They're articulating something people already feel but couldn't explain. That's powerful. And this is why original soul expression matters more now than ever. Because AI can replicate information. It can replicate structure. It can replicate formulas. But it cannot replicate lived human truth. Your pain, your perspective, your contradictions, your experiences, your voice. That is the future. Not better marketing, deeper humanity. I think the internet is entering a purification phase where shallow content will exist, but people won't emotionally connect to it anymore. Because humans are starving spiritually now, not informationally. We don't need more hacks. We need more truth. Creators need to stop asking, how do I go viral? And start asking, what am I contributing to human consciousness? Because if your content leaves people emptier than before, eventually they will stop watching. But if your content helps people think deeper, feel seen, feel less alone, feel awakened, that becomes timeless. And ironically, that's usually what creates real audiences anyways. And I'm going to keep it real. The ending of this video literally disappeared on me while I was editing it today. And for a moment, I almost didn't finish uploading this at all. But weirdly enough, this reminded me of the exact point of this entire video. That creating something real will always feel harder than performing something artificial. And that's why authentic expression matters now more than ever. Because eventually, human beings forget information, but they never forget how something made them feel. And that's the part that no algorithm can ever replace. I think the internet is changing because humanity is changing. People are beginning to crave truth again. And if you are not creating, what are you doing?